Teddy and Owen are finally honest with each other in a refreshing change of pace. The most recent appearance of Teddy and Owen was in episode 9 of the current season of Grey's Anatomy. This episode continued the unpleasant pattern of dishonesty in their relationship, which has made it difficult to support both characters at times. Fortunately, this episode makes a difference. For starters, when Owen delightfully gets into the treasure hunt, he is charming in a way that he hasn't been in a long time. Cass's return, however, is a helpful reminder that Teddy isn't merely attracted to her. Rather, their genuine light chemistry adds complexity to the situation. It's nice to see Teddy and Owen be sincere with one another and show genuine affection and concern for one another after all the dishonesty and sarcastic remarks this season. They are merely admitting that they have relationships with other people but, ideally, will be able to overcome that obstacle together. It feels like a really welcome and contemporary take on a classic cheating plot. Though the lack of resolution works well in this episode, Grey's Anatomy makes it clear that there isn't an easy answer here, and it may result in more frustrating situations between the two in the future. In any case, it will be fascinating to watch how it develops. Meredith, Nick, Catherine, and Richard argue in the beginning of the show about whether Tasha should have the liver because she has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Nick advocates for Tasha to have the transplant, which is rather surprising given Mare's background with the illness, while Meredith believes they should let the transplant committee make the decision. Meredith and Nick are rarely better than they are in this episode. Fortunately, Grey's Anatomy episode 11 carries on the tradition of last week's episode, which was one of the best of season 21. The hour most significantly wraps up the plot with Lena Waithe, and her spouse, Tasha, Andrea Bordeaux. The most recent episode of Grey's Anatomy concluded with the physicians realizing that had misrepresented Tasha's Alzheimer's, which may have prevented her from receiving a liver donation. Ben and Bailey deal with a patient who need the identical liver in the most recent episode, which adds a twist. In another scene, Teddy reunites with Cass, Sophia Bush, and Owen, Winston, and Jules get entangled in a collegiate scavenger quest. Lastly, Amelia helps Blue and Lucas when they bring in Molly, Blue's ex-fiancée, who is having seizures. The show made a wise decision in making this change for two reasons. First of all, it enables Nick to differentiate himself from Meredith in a way that he rarely does, transforming him into a true problem solver who applies his knowledge. Second, it results in an open and eventually romantic dialogue between the two, which is a wonderful way to remind each other of how wonderful they are as a couple. On Grey's Anatomy, Owen and Teddy experienced a lot of highs and lows in their relationship, including Teddy's prolonged unrequited affections for Owen and her affair with Korosik. In Grey's Anatomy season 18, Owen and Teddy finally got married after an extremely difficult journey to happiness. And they have been together ever since despite having more than their share of issues. After Owen began administering life-ending medications to seriously ill veterans apart from his and Teddy's research, Grey's Anatomy season 18 began to reveal serious issues in Teddy and Owen's relationship. This effectively forced Owen's and Teddy's family to flee at the show's conclusion. In Grey's Anatomy season 21, Owen and Teddy's relationship was strained by the ensuing financial difficulties. But their lack of communication and Owen's unwillingness to fully support her and comprehend how busy Teddy was after becoming chief made it seem inevitable that they would split up. How Grey's Anatomy season 21, episode 11's patient case mirrors what's happening with Teddy and Owen. In Grey's Anatomy season 21, Owen and Teddy's constant arguments and their easy relationships with Nora and Cass made their breakup seem like the only thing that could happen to their relationship. However, the tale of Cameron, Andrea, and Dev may have changed the course of their relationship. In fact, after Cameron opened up to Andrea, she confessed that he was the one who made her laugh the most, but she also stated that she had romantic feelings for Dev and Dean. As he listened to them, Owen expressed admiration for their friendship and seemed to have a revelation that non-monogamy was the solution for both him and Teddy. With Cass Beckman's introduction in Grey's Anatomy season 21, the beginning of Owen and Teddy's marriage was already hinted at. She told Teddy right away how that worked magic for them, allowing them to be stable in their marriage while also examining their feelings for other people. But during the season, Teddy and Owen didn't communicate well. Grey's Anatomy Season 21, Episode 11 was the first time they were honest without having a terrible reaction, giving the impression that, if they were prepared, they would be able to pursue non-monogamy as a feasible option to repair their relationship.